Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vanguard Podcast, episode 52. My name is Joshua Vasquez.
That's how many weeks are in a year.
That's true.
That is.
It's weird how we've passed a year.
Yeah. Well, there's a few times we didn't do it, so
yeah. Anyway, to my right,
Here we go.
Tommy Costa. Welcome to the show.
Hey guys, welcome to this tropical beach in beautiful Hawaii.
Yay! Well, let's get to why we're there in a minute.
I mean,
I just wanted a vacation.
Oh,
yeah.
well, you don't get one.
Oh, damn.
What are you talking about? If we go to the movie theater, like a bunch more times, you could go to Hawaii.
Yeah, I could win that flight.
It's true. No one knows what that means. To Tommy's right, Joey Vasquez. Welcome to the show.
How's it going, guys? Wow, I didn't prepare anything to say.
Wow. Okay.
Just
well,
another
guys.
usual week.
No, actually, no. I think the past couple weeks I've had surprises at the end. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
You say get ready for a surprise at the end. That's what you've prepared every week.
Yeah.
So no surprises.
Well, I
today.
prepared the surprise instead of what I was gonna say. So,
Sure.
you know what? I'll surprise you. I'll surprise myself too.
Okay.
Saying it right now.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Keep your pants on.
I'm not wearing pants.
Oh, we can see your pants.
See your pants.
Anyway, guys.
They're shorts is what I meant. So.
As usual, if you like the show, you want to see more of the show, you want to support us, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, really helps us out. And then also follow us on Twitter at Fangeared. You're going to get all the news up to the minute, movies, video games, TVs, stuff like that. All the stuff you care about. And no click-through links. You get all the stuff right in the tweet.
All the info in 140 characters or less.
Yes, and soon we'll be able to include pictures and 140 characters, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I can't tell you how many times I've had to spend 20 minutes reworking a tweet.
20 minutes.
It's an endeavor.
Wow.
All right, guys, without further ado,
Murder.
let's get into the news. And we're starting, of course, with some more Pokemon news.
You
Now,
gotta.
June 2nd, we got a new Pokemon update. A little lighter than I was hoping on the news, but we did get some new information.
What is
All right, what do we want to start with?
Let's start with the Legendaries.
Okay, we'll just go in order of the video.
Right.
So we got... Tell me the names, Josh.
Okay.
They're slipping my mind right now.
Sonoleo.
Why don't you bring it up?
I do have it here. I just wasn't looking.
Is it a lion?
It is.
Yeah.
Solgaleo.
Oh, we got the names for them.
Yes.
And the types and the attacks.
Solgaleo and Lunala.
Lunala. Alright, so these are not Lion King characters. They are Pokemon.
Yeah. Nala and Lion.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that his name?
His name is Lion.
Lion? Weird.
Now here's the... okay, so we're starting with Legendaries. Let's get into it, okay? Where the first news video that Pokemon released flourished was with the release of these Legendaries. How cool they look.
Was that the best part of the...
Yeah, screw the starters.
No.
No.
Okay.
They looked really cool, really badass. And then this yesterday morning, June 2nd, we get this information. Solgaleo.
And it totally fucks everything up.
Yeah, they dropped the ball hard on these Legendaries.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Let's start with their typing. Solgaleo is the Sun Pokemon. He's a Psychic Steel type.
Weak to fire.
Weak to fire.
And if that wasn't bad enough, they did it twice. Lunala, supposed to be representing the moon, is a psychic ghost, and it's 4 times weak to dark.
Not to mention also 4 times weak to Ghost. I'm pretty sure that's the only type combination where you can be 4 times weak to 2 different types of attacks.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only hope here is that somehow they play into their character.
Right.
The game.
Yeah.
Since
Maybe
they're,
it's like,
yeah.
oh, they're...
since they're both psychic type, that will probably play into the story of the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Definitely.
From a competitive and logistical standpoint, this doesn't make any sense at all.
Nope.
Maybe you can combine them.
The sun and the moon.
Lunar eclipse.
Ooh.
Eclipse. Holy.
Okay.
All right, we also got their abilities, which are literally just renames of other abilities.
No. Pokemon website specifically says these are brand new abilities that no other Pokemon has ever had before.
Nope.
Is that true? Not
They're
true.
Well, yeah,
called,
they're-
they have different names.
they
but
have
they're
different
abilities
names.
that exist. So Solgaleo has full metal body, which is the same as clear body in that he is not affected by stat changes.
Well, his stats can't be lowered
Yeah.
by opponent's moves or abilities.
Right.
Okay.
And then Lunala has Shadow Shield. And what does this one do?
It's the same as multi-scale. So when the HP is full, you take half damage from attacks.
Right. So these
So-
these abilities.
I mean, they're good
exist.
abilities, but you can't advertise them as new abilities and then cut and paste the definition of a different ability onto it.
Yeah,
Right.
it's kind of dumb. So are these two gonna be like viable for a team? Realistically,
It's impossible to say yet. We don't.
Yeah.
we
Like,
have
you have
to.
to see
You have to
their
know their
megas or
stats
whatever.
and move pools. They're not gonna have megas, Joey.
you don't think so?
They're cover legendaries.
So
Yeah.
Sky.
what about
We've never
Kyogre
had
and
one.
Groudon?
They're
Those are primals.
Yeah, but they had something that made them better, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why can't these guys have that? Huh?
Joey, shut
I don't discriminate.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on to
Their
their
attacks.
attacks. So Lunala has an attack that does not recognize.
abilities. And it's a ghost type attack.
Right.
It's
that's
it's like
interesting.
lunar geist something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it goes through abilities, so you're not gonna get stuck by sturdies. Gonna kill them in one hit.
Yeah. That could be-
That seems like the best.
Shedinja's Wonder Guard isn't gonna matter.
Yeah.
Even if it's a ghost type attack, so it would hit it anyway.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So it's kind of it's a mechanic that has never been attached to an attack before.
Right.
Just the ability to ignore abilities.
The ability to ignore
abilities.
abilities.
Whoa. Okay, anyway.
Right. And then what was Solgaleo's attack?
It's the same
Spe-
thing, but it's a steel type attack.
Right.
Probably one's physical, one's special.
Right.
But yeah, same thing. Ignores abilities. It's a cool mechanic.
Yeah, that could be the saving grace for this in competitive play. But yeah, I mean, they still look cool. Solgaleo still looks like Mega Pyroar. I'm never gonna gonna drop that flag.
Now that you know he's made out of steel, doesn't he look different?
No,
Yep.
he still looks the same.
Doesn't look like Pyro.
All right, now we got to get to the real news.
Oh God.
From this Nintendo Direct, and that is that the new Pokedex has officially been revealed, and it's Rotom.
And it's possessed by Rotom.
It's a Pokemon.
Huh?
Your Pokedex is a Pokemon.
You know that ghost
It's
electric
Rotom.
type Pokemon, Rotom, and it's got like all the different forms, like washing machine, refrigerator, toaster, oven,
Yeah, that one.
Lawnmower.
lawnmower. Well, now he's
It has
Now he's a
Pokedex.
Pokedex.
now he's
Well, that
hunting
makes
your
sense.
Pokedex.
Yeah.
It's kinda
But
cute.
and I pointed this out on my personal Twitter account. But if you zoom in closely, you'll see that it's actually Computer Froakie.
Does not look like Froakie at all. Do not see it.
That doesn't look like Froakie.
So
Here's a picture of it.
yeah,
Tell me what you think.
nope. So
Nope.
just from like a logistical point of view, it's kind of weird holding your Pokedex in your pocket and it's possessed by a ghost the
Yeah.
whole time.
It's like
kinda
can
creepy.
hear all your farts and like knows when your belly is vibrating.
Yeah, but it's like you have a friend that never leaves you.
Yeah, it can.
God, that would be nice.
Wait, but okay, so they said that. I guess that's important.
So it
Sorry.
does have some
It's
gameplay
fine.
mechanics that weren't in the video, but they're on the Pokemon website. So just from like a kind of lore storyline point of view, the Rotom can communicate with other Pokemon, obviously, and then but since it's also a Pokedex, it talks to you. So it's kind of like the link to help you communicate with Pokemon.
It's Meowth.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, yeah, it's like kind of like a Meowth,
Okay.
but for the game. I don't know if that'll actually come into play in the game. Probably
Hopefully
not.
it does.
But the gameplay mechanic it does have, it says on the Pokemon White website, it tells you where you are and where you're going. So it's like possibly a GPS type thing. And then it also gives you clues on where you need to go based on what characters have said to you in the game. So like, if you close the game for a couple days and then kind of forget like, where am I supposed to go right now?
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
There's also it works. You said this kind of, but it has basically a more specific point that you're at on the map. Whereas before it was like, you're in this town, but now it's, you're here in this town.
Hmm.
So I noticed that in some of the screenshots as well. So,
Okay.
And that's going to be helpful because of what they announced about the Alola region. It is 4 islands.
One of them
One of them.
completely man-made.
Artificial, I think is the word.
This is one that's replicated after the Hawaiian island?
Hawaii. Yeah, no. Yeah, the same game that hasn't come out yet that we talked about before.
I was just clarifying that that's what they were basing it off of. Damn.
Yeah,
Jesus.
so that's see how that could be a little bit confusing getting around, hopping from island to island. But yeah, it's cool. It looks a lot like Hawaii. And then the last thing, right? We got our professor. It is the shirtless guy.
Yes.
We got our friend.
A lot of people are very disappointed that this shirtless guy professor is wearing a wedding ring.
Right, I did see that meme.
Yeah.
Also.
So sorry to all of you who were hoping to get yourself a professor.
He's one of the more relaxed looking professors. He's shirtless, just chilling. And we got your friend, your companion is How. He's a cool looking dude.
Yep. He likes to eat.
Yeah, he loves to eat. That's
like,
what his description.
Like
Is
what?
that what Brock likes to do?
Yeah.
He likes to cook, I guess. I don't know if he
Yeah.
likes to eat. But...
No, Brock likes to fuck.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
Yeah. Like,
That's true.
He Brock is a very three-dimensional character. He's a lot of depth to him.
Right.
He likes to fuck, he likes to eat, he likes to cook, and he loves taking care of Pokemon.
He's a breeder.
And his,
And he's ethnically ambiguous.
true.
Okay, and they revealed our rival is
Well,
Blondie.
not confirmed. Our
She's the rival.
It's looking more like our rival is How.
No, not at all.
No, in her description specifically, it says she doesn't like to battle Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, she likes to battle people.
But she's definitely your rival. How says like he's your friend from the beginning.
Yeah, but that's how they always have. That's how they've been doing the rivals.
No.
Yeah, who was your rival in X and Y?
Shauna.
Yeah,
She wasn't one of the 3 friends.
yeah, she was.
I don't know.
Well,
Wait, no, Shauna wasn't the rival. It was the blonde girl. You can fight over and over again in the...
Right, she's your friend. And then who's your
No,
rival?
because your 3 friends are Shauna, the fat guy, and the little guy.
Shauna's the one you have like
Thing
an
with
implied thing
the
with.
brunette, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the other one, the one that wears the hat.
Yeah. But she's not part of those 3 friends.
Yeah, but she's still your friend.
Kind of.
Yeah, she's your friend.
Okay.
It's pretty well established.
But she's still your
No,
rival.
we'll just look it up later.
Yeah.
This is important. We need to know who our rival is. And
So-
it's clearly this blonde girl.
So this Lily girl is her name, right?
Something like
I
that.
think her name was Lily or something like that. And she is described as mysterious, and her animation is very like serious. She's like never like smiling. She's always like,
Like a Sabrina type.
yeah. And she doesn't like to battle Pokemon.
Interesting.
And
How could she possibly be your rival?
she's the professor's assistant.
Yes.
Sound familiar? Gary Oak, professor's grandson. Professor's assistant relationship to the professor.
Ooh.
Doesn't
What if-
sound
okay,
familiar
how
at
about
all.
this?
They're different things.
What if she's like the first sociopath in Pokemon and she like kills Pokemon and like experiments on them?
But she doesn't like to battle.
But she
them.
doesn't like to battle them.
Mm.
She likes to murder them.
Well, probably could be.
That's what I'm thinking.
We'll see in June.
Yeah, we'll see in June.
Or
when's this
maybe
freaking
at
game come
E3.
out?
We're in June.
June.
So, no, it comes out in
November. That's what I
18th.
meant.
Okay.
E3 is in June.
That makes
Yeah.
more sense. I was like,
We'll get more into that in a different video.
Joey, anything to say about this? All this great news?
no.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
You excited?
I'm getting more and more excited for this game. Obviously, it's Pokemon. I'm excited. I was hoping to see some more megas.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for
But
too.
hopefully, we'll be getting some of those soon. And also, another thing we'd like to point out. So a lot of people were speculating that in the logos for these games, there's a weird like diamond crystal thing in the logo. And in X and Y, the Megastone symbol was in the logo. And in Ruby and Sapphire, the primal designs were in the logo. And we finally get a look at the characters, the player characters in this new trailer, and they are wearing bracelets with those diamond crystals in them. So we may be looking at a new form of evolution.
Oh, that's unnecessary.
Didn't you guys count me out of that earlier in this conversation when I said that there could be a different type that the... never mind. I don't even care anymore.
I don't remember that happening. But
I said the Legendaries, like, oh, what if they do, like, you know,
Make it evolve.
have the primal...
that was Tommy.
Yeah, that was me.
No, you agreed.
I didn't know about this. I mean, this is purely speculation. Probably not even true.
I
But it's
mean,
looking
actually,
very
that sounds
likely.
pretty... Yeah, why would they change what they've been doing with putting that whatever crystal in the... Or the whatever, you know, symbol in...
The whatever hole.
The whatever...
The however hole.
How...
No one remembers that reference. Okay. Moving on, guys. We're very excited for Pokemon.
Speak for yourself. I will not be excited until I see Mega Shuckle.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I may pass out during this. It is so
You may pass out.
cheaty hot.
It's a warm day.
You're right.
Yeah. Let's keep it with Nintendo, and let's talk about some. It's a bit of a rumor, a bit of a report. So apparently, the reason why we are not getting the NX this year, and why it's coming out in March of 2017, is because Nintendo wanted to add virtual reality support. This is not confirmed. However, multiple reports are saying that this is the reason for the delay. Now, this could mean a number of things, if it's true. One, the NX is definitely going to be a more dedicated, hardcore piece of hardware, like the PS4 or the Xbox One, because they're sticking with the trends that made those popular, and they're catching up, basically, with adding VR support. We know that the PSVR is coming out this year. It's heavily rumored that the new Xbox hardware is going to support VR. So I think this is really good news.
I mean, yeah, no, this is huge. I mean, we were expecting that the delay was coming from I don't even know, something negative.
Yeah.
You know, that whatever, you know, it's not ready or it's not good or just whatever. But adding VR is, I think, pretty huge, especially if they can keep the price of this down, I think. Because then, honestly, that could be your selling point.
Yeah.
As, you know, something that would play, or that you could, I mean, you still have to buy your VR gear, because I'm guessing it would be, if this is true, it'd be compatible with one of the already existing.
Right. Nintendo does like to keep it in-house, though.
Coming out with our own VR
Yeah.
headset, though? Interesting.
I can't see that being the case if they just tacked it on this year.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
But it would be interesting to see what they partner with. And you have to imagine that the most accessible one for them to partner with, I mean, if not PlayStation, then Oculus.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But even that seems strange.
I mean, it's not crazy for them to want to partner with somebody. I think I don't see why Oculus wouldn't want to partner with a console.
Right, but then you run into the question, can you play NX games on PC?
No.
Okay. Because that's when Microsoft inevitably announces their partnership with one of these two pretty soon, then the Microsoft games, for the most part, are available on PC. I mean, understandably, it's Microsoft.
See, I don't even know if we're saying partnership as much as we're saying making them compatible.
Sure. I mean, you'd have to partner with the company to make it compatible.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, what I want to make clear is I don't mean partner in the sense of, like, make it exclusive to that.
Right. No, I know.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think this is a good move.
This is very interesting.
If it's true.
I'm gonna disagree here. They shouldn't like be delaying and tacking on VR just because that's what everyone else is doing right now.
It's not the ideal
I don't
situation,
know. I think,
but
I mean,
better to have it than to not.
considering their position right now, they can't put out another product that is again behind.
Yeah.
Even if VR, which I don't think anybody thinks this, is just a fleeting moment, and for video games right now, they have to be at least on par with the other consoles with this next one. Otherwise, I mean, I don't even know. What do you do?
Yeah, it's. I mean,
Tommy, tell me.
It's a good point, because you're right. They can't be coming at this a step behind still. I mean, Nintendo, they're coming out with what is essentially a halfway console, but so are Xbox and PlayStation. They can't be. They need to do everything they can to catch up, or we're looking at the last Nintendo console
For a very long time, I would imagine.
I mean,
see, that's
if this doesn't do well again, then it's time to be a third-party developer.
I mean, honestly, I don't know what you do if this fails. Focus on your handheld. Try to move to apps.
Apps. No, I would say develop games and release them for PlayStation and Xbox.
See, but that's just gonna make it so that you could never break into that industry anymore.
They already can't.
I mean, yeah, because the only thing they have was their exclusivity.
Mm-hmm.
You get rid of that.
Those aren't selling consoles anymore.
No.
This is scary.
Yeah.
But hey, maybe Nintendo VR will be the best one.
Yeah, the one that took 6 months to develop and release.
I mean, it may not be the best one, but at the very least, it's another reason for some people to get it. If they were already Nintendo fans and they typically buy Nintendo products, but they heard about this and they're like, well, shit, like, it doesn't really sound like I'm getting anything new.
Right.
At the very least, they can do things that, people with the other consoles are doing, so they'd be more inclined to buy it.
Yeah.
I would think.
I mean, Nintendo, they were so quick to jump on, like, dual screen. Like, with the DS, they basically predicted touch smartphone gaming. And then, they ran with it all the way to the Wii U, where they made a console version of the DS, essentially. And they were so quick to jump on 3D for the 3DS. So, I mean, they like to jump on these trends as well as pioneer a lot of trends. And I think this is the best way for them to do that again, is to jump on VR, have it available right out the gate, and also develop some good VR software for it. I mean, that's going to... A Nintendo VR game, I think, will go a long way.
I think it definitely could. You got something you want to say, Tommy?
No.
Okay.
Let's just finish the story up.
I think... thinking about, like, from the games side, like Nintendo games, they could definitely do some cool stuff with this. Creating worlds is sort of, I think, a strong suit of what Nintendo can do.
Right.
I imagine like a Super Mario Sunshine-esque world in VR would probably be pretty amazing. So,
yeah.
I would play that game for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, let's get into some movie news. Where'd this come from?
Damn it, Josh.
It really doesn't matter. I'm just making this longer.
Okay.
Cut this part out.
And no, too late now. And here we go. And movie news.
Guys, we're getting into some movie news. The Division, Ubisoft's latest game, is apparently getting the movie treatment already. And attached is none other than Jake Gyllenhaal as a producer and potential star.
Now that is Maggie Gyllenhaal's brother.
Right, most notably
okay.
of siblings with Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Okay. Now he was in X-Men too, right? He was the Nightcrawler.
Right.
Okay.
He also played in a movie called Darkman. Donnie Darkman.
Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko.
Oh, Darkman.
I just got yours.
Yeah.
I was like, was he in that movie?
Yeah. He was the X-Men Nightcrawler. They
X-Men.
replaced him real quick.
Yeah.
This latest film.
Okay, good. Good. Yeah, so, okay, Prince of Persia. How are we not going to mention that?
He's also
Other
another
Ubisoft
easily.
video game
Yeah.
movie.
Disney Ubisoft.
Which was so good.
So, I loved that they chose
White people?
a white man to play the
And a woman.
Prince of Persia.
And a British woman.
Yes. Because they're just better.
All right. So racism aside, we're 2 months out of the release of Division, the video game,
Yes.
and already no one cares about it. So by the time this movie is made and produced, who's going to care about it? It's basically not even going to be a video game movie. It's just going to be its own movie.
Yeah.
Ideally,
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm assuming the Division 2 or 3 will be out at that point.
Possibly. Probably.
So they got that possibly going for it. However, yeah, this is such a new franchise. Like, it's a Tom Clancy thing, but it's so soon for them to be doing this. But I mean, they're basically going with the same models before. Jake Gyllenhaal is starring and producing, same as Michael Fassbender did, and I guess they just want to start cranking out movies now.
Is it okay? Does this game even have like a good story? Like, is it known for its story or is it known for its gameplay? 'Cause I thought it was the gameplay.
It's basically it's an online shooter essentially.
Right.
It's a little different than your typical like Call of Duty, but it's essentially an online shooter, and I haven't heard much about the story.
So basically,
It's a blank slate story-wise.
they're using the fan base from the game and the already existing sort of universe, I guess, and the style of it
Right.
to make an original movie, which I honestly is probably better because regardless of what the story is in The Division, I don't care. Like, coming from somebody who's never played the game, I wouldn't care enough about this game to go see the movie.
Right.
I've never played Assassin's Creed, but I know it well enough, and I know that like it has an interesting story, and I would probably be more inclined to go see that. But The Division, it doesn't have that legacy
Right.
that Assassin's Creed does. So I don't even know what to think. I mean, it could be good. Maybe they have a good story and they're just using the style and
Yeah.
it works out. But it
They got a
doesn't-
good actor on board.
yeah, but it doesn't really seem like that's sort of the
Yeah.
based on their method of choosing this specific one. Just kind of seems like it's a cash grab at the popularity of the game. Which, if it's already losing popularity,
Right.
I don't know what this is. What
Yeah.
the hope is here.
Yeah. I mean, again, they could be going off of a sequel. They'll use the popularity of the next Division game when this movie
I
actually
do
comes
like
out.
a-
There's not even a
dual
writer
release.
attached to this yet.
Okay, Jesus, yes.
So
this is-
it's very early on.
They're one possibility here. They really like how Assassin's Creed looks, and they just instantly want to do another video game movie, and they just picked the most recent. I mean, what else does Ubisoft have? Just pick that one.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I just don't understand. Like, why are we hearing about these things so early?
It is.
It's almost like they're trying to gauge reaction. But because, like, before you even have a writer, then what is this? What is this movie?
It's an idea.
But it's not even an idea.
Yeah, it is.
It's a.
How is it not? They have a producer.
It's
Someone
an
who's willing
idea.
to put money
It's
into
an idea
it.
in the sense that there's a game that exists and we want to make it into a movie, and here's a guy who, because of I don't even know, have video game movies been successful enough for this to be a lucrative thing to do?
I mean, You
I
could.
guess Assassin's Creed is a test.
Yeah, but I mean,
Or the most recent test.
if you remember the Assassin's Creed development cycle, this is exactly what they did with that too, where they announced that Michael Fassbender was attached way before any pre-production even started. No writing, anything was done. So this is the same deal. You could also maybe argue, and we don't know these numbers, but those pre-orders have been up.
Have they for the Assassin's Creed? But see, that's my point. It's like even with that, there's
Those
already
pre-orders are
sort
doing
of
really well.
maybe so, but once again, that's a huge franchise.
Yeah,
It's been around for a long time. It's very popular. It has a story that people who've never played the game are somewhat familiar with.
Right.
This game is just, it's just really nothing.
Yeah, it's true. So, I mean, yeah, this could go either way. It could be that the blank slate could offer itself to more narrative potential.
Well,
This is
yeah,
another
I
thing
mean,
too.
yeah,
But yeah, it's very early to really tell much. But Jake Gyllenhaal is attached, and that's a good thing, I think.
could be.
Yeah,
He's great.
yeah. Even if the announcement and the choice of the division over other properties is a bit questionable, Jake Gyllenhaal, great actor,
Yeah,
That's no question.
no question.
no question.
As long as you look from his movies from like
More
2013.
recently.
and
Yeah.
beyond.
Yeah, I was like,
Right.
I mean, I don't know if Prince of Persia did all that well, but
But this will.
All right, guys. Moving on to a bit of TV news, and actually also Marvel superhero news. X-Men Legion, the X-Men live-action TV show, is officially coming to FX in 2017. Now, this is going to be starring a couple people, but most notably, I've lost Dan Stevens.
Dan Stevens. Who's he playing?
He will be playing
Cyclops or Wolverine?
David Haller.
oh, David Holla.
He's a young man who may be more than human.
Okay, so these aren't going to be our normal X-Men.
Is that what it says?
Right.
So that's kind of interesting. So this is obviously Fox property.
Yes, it will be on FX.
Okay. They're trying to catch up with Disney, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they're expanding the universe of X-Men here. And so alongside Dan Stevens is Aubrey Plaza.
Interesting.
Who's that? I don't even know who that is.
You should have wore your Pistol Shrimp shirt.
Oh yeah, her jersey.
Why? She's not even on the team.
Yeah, she tore her ACL. She's gonna make her announcement on ESPN soon as to where she's going next summer.
Right?
Yeah, she tweeted like a super long thing about it.
Why do I feel like that's all a joke?
Obviously,
Probably a
it's
joke. Yeah.
Aubrey Plaza from Parks and Recreation, from Dirty Grandpa, from Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, coming out real soon. Go see it.
Give us a date, Tommy.
I don't know.
And this is the most interesting thing to me about this movie is this is going to be showrun by the showrunner of Fargo, and let me grab his name for you
Oh
really
wow,
quick.
that's
Yeah, highly regarded show.
yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah, so this is going to be oh wow, a lot of actors are actually from Fargo in this movie, in the show as well. Rachel Keller and Gene Smart.
Okay.
If those names mean anything to you.
You're gonna have to be more
All right.
specific.
And Noah Hawley
That's
is going to be heading this project.
Okay.
And he wrote and produced the pilot episode
Of
Cool.
this or
of this.
Legion.
Okay. Yeah, no, this, I mean, X-Men has a lot of interesting characters that we definitely don't hear about in the movies because they're just, they always focus on the Wolverine and all those ones. But,
Yeah. That's the thing with X-Men. They still have the big like title on it of X-Men that will get people to watch, but they can create original stories from completely made up characters. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
just anybody in the Marvel universe who has a mutation
Yeah.
could be on the X-Men show.
Yeah.
well, anybody they have the rights to.
Right.
But I mean, I'm saying they could make up brand new
Oh.
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You call them an X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, and like, I mean, honestly, I think the best part about this is that it's going to be on on FX.
Mhm.
FX.
That's the thing that I was going to bring up. Yeah,
The style of FX is not one that you'd expect with a like superhero show. I think based on what's already existing, it's probably going to look closer to what we're seeing on Netflix with their Marvel TV shows.
Right, and the thing with FX, as opposed to both the DC and the Disney Marvel TV universes, is that as opposed to CW, as opposed to AFC, as ABC rather, and as opposed to Freeform, FX has a much better track record of really good dramatic series.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got like 2,
The Americans,
3.
Actually,
American
Netflix
Horror
has a bunch.
Story.
American Horror Story. What else were you
Sons
talking?
of Anarchy.
They have a
That's
lot.
FX.
Fargo.
Fargo.
No, FX has a bunch.
Alright, so they got like 5.
Yeah. Well, how many does ABC and the CW have?
Well, Lost, so
Well, just
they
Lost.
automatically win.
Well, yeah, they have
I
that
don't
show
know.
all the
I
time.
don't know
But
about that.
No, it's just different networks have different brands, and I really don't. I mean, personally, I don't like what we're seeing with these superhero shows on the specific networks on ABC and those, because they have specific brands and they're just sort of like
they're teen dramas.
yeah, basically, or they're like police dramas, basically.
Yeah.
Those are the ones.
Well,
on
right,
ABC,
ABC is
so
the
it's
police
just
dramas.
Like
and then
formulaic, like
Yeah, it's just-
CW is the teen dramas.
Yeah, so I'd rather see what FX will do with their style. I think that would suit itself very well.
Yeah, and I think X-Men has really good potential to be that like kind of darker TV show
Right.
that isn't formulaic. And yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with this, and I'm excited to see Aubrey Plaza's role in this. Seems like
She's-
it could be something very different.
She was on an episode of Criminal Minds where she was like the bad guy, the killer for the episode.
I can see
She did
that.
really well. Like she can play like a creepy psychopathic person.
Yeah, I could
No, I
definitely
know. That's just how she lives.
see that. Yeah.
Oh no, I disagree with that.
But we don't know anything about her character, like
No,
what.
no.
But I'm guessing she's the star of this show.
She is not the star of the
she's
show.
not
That
the
guy
star.
is the star.
yeah,
She's number 2, though.
she's
Dan
the biggest
Stevens.
name.
Yeah,
probably.
she's definitely the biggest name.
Yeah. But it will tell the story of David Holler, a young man who may be more than human, quote unquote.
I'm gonna say that he is indeed more than
Yeah.
human.
Yes.
Ooh, what if he's not?
Well, he
Twist.
is human, but he's just a mutated human.
Yeah.
So he's less
Well,
than
he's-
human.
Wow. Okay. I'm drawing sides very
I
quickly.
I take a Magneto side.
Oh,
Well,
Wait, no.
no. Magneto
No,
says
he
that
says
they're
they're
less
more
than
than human.
Yeah,
and then
he just-
Xavier
he
says
just
they're
wants
equal to
kill them.
human.
yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Magneto
There
wants to
are
kill
some.
humans.
There are some plot detail spoilers that I won't get into on here, but
Sweet.
we do know who this character is. This is an existing character.
For the dude.
Yeah,
Okay,
in X-Men.
but it's a spoiler.
It could be seen as one. Who he is an identity, and since it's
Oh, I'm gonna guess. He's what's his name in the show? Is it Charles?
his name is David Holler. It's
his
actual
character's name.
Yeah,
That's
his
his character's.
character's actual name is David Holler.
Oh, so he's not Xavier.
No, we already did that. We just had a whole 3 movies about where he came from.
That's funny.
And possibly more.
I'll tell you guys after the show.
It's
I
gotta.
don't know,
It's
so-
gotta be.
Wait, do we have any word on like the progress of this show?
It's come out in 2017.
2017.
We know that.
Dope.
All right, we got one last story for you guys. We're gonna do this one quick.
Ooh, yeah, we should.
Star Wars Rogue One
This isn't
might
gonna
be in
quick.
trouble. We got
disagree on
4 weeks of reshoots ordered by Disney, because apparently they were unhappy with the final cuts of the movie,
Specifically,
in its tone, or at least, well, this came out after the original story, but then they said, "Oh, it's mostly tonal."
Well,
trying
what they
to-
said was that it felt too much like a war
A war
movie,
movie.
and less of and they wanted to be a little
They
more
wanted it to lighten up.
lighthearted. So, okay, so a few things that I would like to say here, like they mentioned in the article, but it's not going to be your headline. It's a little lower down. Always expected to do reshoots.
Yeah.
Most movies do.
Mm-hmm.
One cut I mean, there's multiple cuts of a movie, always. The director, when dealing with a studio this big, never really has the final say, especially when they're not a huge name director. J.J. Abrams probably had a lot more say than...
This is the YouTube guy.
Yeah. So basically, they're thinking... And, I mean, come on, it's Disney. They're not going to put out a product that they don't want it. If they want it to be a specific way, they're going to have it that way. Clearly, it wasn't like that. Does that mean that it wasn't good? Absolutely not. In fact, the cut that it is now that they're unsatisfied with,
it's probably
very
better.
good chance that it's better.
Yeah, that's my problem with this.
Yeah.
Is that they're like in a state of crisis, apparently, in that this movie is not going to appeal to a wide audience. It's too good. You know, like the other second in the trilogy, Empire Strikes Back.
I mean, not necessarily, like, too good, but I mean, like, I have a feeling that this director wants to do something different, because why wouldn't you want to do something different? Did that, and then Disney is obviously thinking, okay, well, this movie has to be sort of on par, because if this movie, like, does so poorly, or doesn't do pretty well, that could hurt sales for the main series, the main one that's going to make money, which is the next, episode 9. Yeah. So, and I don't think they're going to take a risk with that, because I don't think they're putting as much faith in these ones. Yeah. When they shouldn't. They're spin-offs. Yeah. But I feel like that should mean that you can have a little more leeway with them. They can be different because they're not part of that main, Star Wars trilogies. Right. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, on the surface, it's a scary headline, but probably not a huge deal. I mean, yeah, they're trying to lighten the mood, which kind of sucks. But it is Disney.
I mean, what it sounds like is this movie comes out, December?
Yeah.
So they're doing tests right now. This movie is going to be edited like crazy over the next few months. Oh, yeah. So it's going to be not surprising that...
perfected.
Right. So I think it's too early to call this one, but you don't want to hear that there's turmoil between director and studio.
Sure. And I don't think there's turmoil. I just think that the language that was
used, or even
was,
like heavy disagreements.
I don't know if even it was a heavy disagreement, but the language that was used just said that the studio was unhappy with the director's cut, right? Basically. I mean, I think that happens all the time.
Right, but I mean, it's not good if the director had a specific vision and they're like, "No, we don't want that at all."
Yeah, and they're in a state of crisis over it.
Yeah, I mean, that might be a little bit dramatic. Yeah, but
a little hyperbolic.
Sure.
Well, guys, let us know what you think. Did these reshoots mean that Rogue One is in trouble? What do you think of the Pokemon Legendaries just announced? Whoa. Do you think the types totally dropped the ball? And let us know about anything else that we talked about in this episode. And thank you so much for watching. We're here every Friday, so make sure you like and subscribe for all of that jazz every week. Follow us on Twitter. I'm Josh. That's Tommy. That's Joey. And we'll see you next week.